Now have a look at this. This may look like a pipeline, but it is in fact a futuristic desert city that is currently being built in Saudi Arabia. It's a huge glass and mirror construction called the NEOM Eco Project, and it's going to cost £400 billion. This is what it will look like inside. The extraordinary city of the future is being built by dozens of Western companies, but a former Saudi intelligence officer has told the BBC that lethal force has been used to evict villagers from their homes so that the land can be cleared to build on it. Well, our investigation teams BBC Verify and BBC Eye have been looking into it, as Merlin Thomas reports.
Thanks, Sophie. This is part of NEOM, Saudi Arabia's grand plan to transform the country and its image. It's the world's biggest construction project, a futuristic eco-city built by companies from all over the world, including more than a dozen from the UK. At its heart, the Line, a desert city envisaged to be a 100-mile straight line, but only 1.5 miles will reportedly be built by 2030. It's in the northwest of Saudi Arabia, cutting across the vast desert. NEOM's driving force is the country's crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman. He's courted many Western leaders, including Rishi Sunak. The crown prince says NEOM is being built in an empty space, but it isn't. Thousands of people lived in these 3 villages. For years, they objected to being moved for the project, but they were still made to leave their homes. This former Saudi intelligence officer told us he was ordered to clear one of the villages near NEOM in 2020, and that security forces were allowed to kill those who refused eviction.
The order said whoever continues to resist should be killed. So it licensed the use of lethal force against whoever stayed in their home. The orders were never this brutal, like using lethal force against peaceful activists.
He says he dodged the mission, in which this villager was subsequently shot dead by Saudi forces. The Saudi government said the villager was an armed terrorist, but human rights groups and the UN said he was killed for resisting forced eviction. In the villages, these 3 men who refused to leave are now on death row, facing terrorism charges. The Saudi government and NEOM didn't respond to our questions about their cases. And look at these before and after images of satellite imagery, which show one of the villages where they lived. Homes, schools and hospitals have been wiped off the map. The project's rights records means some businesses are choosing to walk away. Solar Water was one of the UK companies working on NEOM, but recently pulled out of an £80 million contract.
I think the line is not the future. The line is destructive. If they're there and these things are happening, they can't ignore these things. Do something about it.
We contacted some of the British companies involved in the project. Engineering and design firms Atkins and Arup and racing company McLaren told us they take human rights concerns seriously and consider the broader context of projects. And today, the Foreign Secretary, Lord Cameron, promised to look at the allegations. Mohammed bin Salman wants NEOM to be his legacy, but critics say the project has cost some Saudis their freedom and their lives. Sophie.
Thank you very much.